Hello everybody! Welcome back to Nukeshot Media and the Blue Moon Bay 200, brought to you by Nukeshot Media. I'm of course your host today, Zokyo, as always, one of the few voices on the channel these days, but I am here. Thanks to all of you that are tuning in. Hope you enjoyed last week's Bump Day live stream, or Bump Week beginning at least. We've had plenty of other runners since then. We're hoping for a full grid, but as usual there's probably going to be a few dropouts. Fast 6 qualifying is coming up in about 5 minutes or so. These guys are just practicing at the moment. Let's have a look at who's currently here. We've got Mateus driving for the North Star Racing team, I believe, and the KFC Chevrolet. We've got Alex in the BP Ultimate Chevrolet for the green team, Nukeshot Motorsport. Chica's here as well. I believe they're driving for Upshift Racing in the Lenovo Chevrolet. Matthew in one of the MEM Skoda cars. That is the Skoda sponsored Honda. The Mighty Joe here for BNR Racing, the 3-drap number 90 Honda. Joe of the Fire, who was the fastest in regular qualifying. There, of course, in the Noises number 99 Chevrolet of Team Simpact Racing. We've got Taters here for Motorsport Republic X Team Capital and the OnlyFans number 98 car. That's a Honda. And we've got Volkhead in the 711 car number 77 of Nukeshot Motorsport. That is also a Chevrolet. Those are everyone that's here at the moment. If you're enjoying and looking forward to the upcoming race, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing for the rest of this season of the Capital X NES IndyCar series. I'm just going to go through some of the settings here on the live stream, see if I can get this sorted. Let's put it there, and I'll see if I can update the thumbnail. So plenty of action on track already. These guys coming a lot quicker thanks to the slipstream and such. Okay, here we go. Custom thumbnail. Select and edit the name again. Okay, that should be good to go, and I'll remove it from that playlist. How you all doing? Thoughts on potential predictions? Fast 6 qualifying coming up, of course. We'll go through who actually made it into the Fast 6. It was Joe of the Fire, who was a fastest, as we actually see a group of 4 cars here practicing. Good stuff, getting used to the slipstream. Going 3 wide. So yep, it was Joe who got the fastest time, followed by teammate Octavian. Then the Mighty Joe in 3rd, so Joe won 3. 4th place was Chica TC, 5th place was Lugi, and 6th place is Mateus. That is the Yokohama Fast 6. I'm also the race director today, as usual. Hello to Myth in the chat, and Mateus as well, of course. We're going to have 100 laps of this, so stay tuned for that. Awesome scenes. Okay, time to edit the settings. Got it here for Fast 6. We're going to have Mateus first to run, as they did qualify in 6th place. Okay, so Mateus is here. Oh, I suppose the rest of the Fast 6 cars can go in. Okay, so Mateus is on his way out. Here we go then. He's currently on his out lap. Sorry, this is the warm-up lap now. So after this, he'll be going on to the first of his 2 timed laps. I'm gonna get this calculator out and be prepared to do the calculating. Here we go. We're gonna ride on board with Mateus if we can. Yep, that'll do. Nudging 185 just. Stay around 184 going into turn 1 on the opening lap. Nice and low. A little bit of margin on the outside he could have used, but moving along, using that 5th gear. Cars do have 6 gears to work with, but they've been set up in various methods. You may recall on the previous live stream for the start of Bump Week, Mateus was one that used the stick to the inside approach. There's the first of the laps, that's the 39.305. And of course these guys are using the soft tyres, as he gets very close to the wall on that occasion. So the soft tyres will allow them to carry a bit more speed through that first corner, so time should be faster than they were on that original qualifying run a week ago. Mateus could be dipping into the 39.2s here with this second lap. We'll have to see. It's coming up to it. What's it going to be? Oh, just misses out, lost a bit of time. 39.369. Divide by 2, that is an average of 39.337. I'm going to add that to this. Okay, let's see who's going to be next. It would be Lugi, but Lugi's not here, so we're going to move up to Chica. Okay, going on to the practice / warm-up lap. Gonna see what they're able to do here. Chica driving for Upshift Racing, of course, in the Lenovo Chevrolet, I believe that is. Yep, Lenovo Chevrolet. Number 88. Sparks being thrown up by these cars. That's how they've set up the suspension here. Got to keep the ride height as low and as level as possible to maximize speed. And Chica's about to go on to their first timed lap. Going on board here with number 88. Nicely tucked in low. Being quite safe there with the margin for error. See what I mean about the gearboxes being set up different. Chica's using 6th compared to Mateus that was using 5th. Rounding turn 3 now. We'll be coming up to cross the line. What's this first time going to be? It's a 39.398. If you're wondering why I'm switching between the cameras there, that's just to guarantee that is what the time is, because the game has a bit of a glitch. So 39.398 is the first lap. That, I believe, is a bit slower than what Mateus was able to do. Keeping it as low as possible, a little bit shaky through there. It's difficult to maintain a constant steering lock here. Chica keeping that low line. What's the time going to be? It's faster. It's a 39.345. I'll divide that by 2. That's a 39.3715 average. That is indeed slower than what Mateus did. Octavian would... no, sorry, the Mighty Joe would be next to run, and he is here. Make his way out of the pits. We'll have the tyres up to temperature, I'm sure, after the couple of laps. So, the Mighty Joe in the 3-trap car for BNR Racing. The only car entered by BNR Racing here. It's a Honda. And that's sort of black and electric blue. Number 90 machine. Once again, the sparks being thrown up. Going on to that warm-up lap now. Let's see how he does. 183 down here. Probably will be nudging 184, yeah. Going into turn 2. That's about what we're expecting from a lot of these guys. These guys have already proven how fast they can be from the original practice. You don't get to the Fast 6 without the aforementioned fast part. And we're going to go on board for the first of the timed laps. If that warm-up lap is to be believed, that's quite good. Going into turn 1. Nice and low. Oh, and that is very nicely done on the exit if he's managed to avoid hitting the wall, which I think he has actually avoided doing. So very good run there by the mighty Joe. He's 3 thousandths up on his own best at the moment. Just nudging 184 going into turn 3. Running it to the line. What's this first lap going to be? It's a 39.344, I should say. Again, nice and low. That's a very good line through there. And again, wide on the exit. Carrying as much speed as possible. 39.344. Got that in the calculator. Oh, this could be fast. He's purple by 19 thousandths. Can he maintain that kind of speed? Coming up to the line. Oh, just narrowly misses out on the 39.2s, but it is a 39.3. 39.300. Divide that by 2, that is a 39.322 average. And that, I believe, is enough for provisional pole in the session. And with Octavian not here still, that means Joe of the Fire is going to be the next one to run. He's got a 39.3220 average to beat. Here he is then, the witty professor, and already going really close to the wall, even on the outlap. The 99 Noises Chevrolet in the traditional colours of Team Simpact Racing, the self-proclaimed Unicorn Vomit. Taking the extremely wide line, trying to carry as much speed as possible. That's something that we saw from Joe in the original qualifying a week ago. Now going on to the practice lap, or warm-up. Terms are interchangeable. Sparks being thrown up again, nice and low from what we saw there. Again, trying to build up the speed. 183. Will they nudge 184? Oh, they do. Only just. And staying on that wide line. Joe, of course, an oval expert. Look at that. It takes real precision to run that close to the outside. Going on to the first of the time laps. Let's see how he does. Just nudging 185 on this screen. Nicely done through turn 1, not too close to the apex, not too close to the wall. Perhaps a little bit of a banker on that occasion. By Joe's standards, still going to be extremely fast. He's not gone purple on this first lap, that's for sure. Making his way through turn 3. What is this first lap going to be from Joe of the Fire? It's a 39.345. Oh, there we go. That's nice and low to the apex. Will he be able to carry this run throughout? We're coming up to the sector marker. Oh, he's actually down. He's down from that. So he's lost a little bit of time. Will he be able to make it up? He's going for a little bit of a wider entry on this occasion to turn 3. And towards the line, it's going to be close. It is an improvement. Is it enough? It's a 39.331. Divide that by 2. It is not enough. It's only enough for second. And I believe that is everyone who made it into the Fast 6 that is in the lobby. Yep. I'm gonna be updating Discord real quick. So first is gonna be Joe 90. Followed by Mateus is actually on the front row. Followed by the Joe 2 guy, and then Chica. And then for 5th and 6th, since they're not here, we're going to go by their original qualifying time. So Octavian will be 5th if he shows up. And Luby will be 6th. I'm gonna reset everything back. Load settings. Raceday. Practice is back open. Sorry if I've not been able to see much of the chat, but I've been busy working on the Discord side of things. It's mainly been Myth, so not too sorry. Just kidding. He's calling me a nerd. There's a shock. Well, if you enjoyed the Fast 6, or rather the Fast 4, unfortunately, due to a couple not able to be here. Hopefully they're on their way again. But yeah, be sure to leave a like. We should be having some more joining before the race. Of course, we saw Ray Racer is in the lobby as well now. This is the Blue Moon Bay 200, brought to you here live on Nukeshot Media, and also brought to you by the Drinks unofficial partner, Vimto, once again, here in the commentary booth. Good stuff. Especially when it's been so hot recently. Last couple of days have been very hot, very humid in the United Kingdom. where the broadcast center is based. I've been informed that Joe 90 will be back in around 2 minutes. I think that may be to fix something on the livery that he was on about earlier. Name tag, something like that. Just going to do a quick audio check. Yep, that's all working a-okay. So I might as well use this time to set the grid. Where would that option be? Is it here? Where is it that you set the grid? Have I... Oh, that's probably why. Oh, someone's joining. There's always something. More people on the way. Okay, I'm gonna now see if I've got the chance to adjust this. Oh, that stupid thing. Why am I trying to enter the circuit? There we go. Set the grid. That's what I'm trying to do. Go into the qualifying channel. So it is going to be Joe 90 taking the pole. Everyone go to the track. Everyone has done. Starting grid. Joe 90 takes pole position then, followed by Mateus, wherever Mateus is here. Joe is there, that's right. Chica is fourth. Octavian's not here. Lugi's not here. So then we go for regular qualifying. Amuda isn't here, unfortunately. Yeast GT isn't here either. Taters is here though, so Taters moves to 5th at the moment. Then Volked. Then it would be Ray. And then Alex, then Matthew. Okay, apparently Ray's having some technical issues, so that's why they've left the lobby. Unfortunate, but we'll hopefully see them back soon. It's scheduled to start in about 6 minutes. going to be keeping an eye on Discord just to make sure there aren't more people on their way. But currently a grid of what would be 9 once Ray gets back. It's a shame, but it is what it is. We've seen good racing already with a grid a little bit smaller than this actually on Carb Day, which wasn't broadcasted, but we had a couple test races. It was good fun. I actually won one of them as the commentator, which was fun. Checking back in on the live stream. Once again, if you are enjoying the coverage, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing for the rest of the season. I'm going to get the schedule up again. Scheduled start. Oh good, Eust is here. Yeah, that's fine. That's all fine. Oh, Lugie's managed to make it. Okay. Lugie will be starting 6th, or 5th if Octavian isn't here. Assuming they're able to do the full race. Oh, so the grid is filling up. Did Ray join back yet? No. Okay. So I'll continue to get... Bruh, really? Oh well. He joined just to say that. He is doing another race, to be fair to him. Which I think clashes, which is what's going on. I don't know why he decided to join here, if that's the case. Let's go back to setting the grid then. Where was Yeast GT set? Yeast was ahead of Taters, according to this. I'll go there. Amuda's here! Another oval specialist and a fan favourite. Actually qualified in 7th, so just missed out on the Fast 6 shootout. But they're here. And they're in time. I think we're going to delay by maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So leave your predictions in the live chat. It's going to be absolute chaos. But that's just how it goes. Okay, Amuda's on circuit. Where did they go? They are ahead of Yeast. Okay. That should be correct. This is a front row that I was not expecting to see. I was somewhat expecting another TSR lockout, as was in original qualifying, but Joe of the Fire dropped the ball on the soft tyres, it seems. But we know he's got pace in that car, and perhaps starting third with a bit of slipstream at the start could be the play here. It's going to be a lot of fuel saving involved. I suppose you could also try and run very aggressively, but take an extra stop, or maybe even two. We'll see how that develops. Bit of time to go. Going on board with, who are we on board with? We're on board with Yeast at the moment, using that tailwind. Peasants. The autocomplete. Well, all this is like just the organising side of things at the moment, so apologies for a bit of a lack of commentary. Myth with the prediction there, saying Mateus takes both first and second place. That is a bold call. Are you suggesting that his car ends up splitting in half? Interesting. Well, for his sake, let's hope that's not the case. We do also have the keyboard back again, so replay functionality during the race. Unfortunately can't be used in practice sessions, but we can skip to whoever we like at a push of a button. So Yeast GT getting in some practice laps. I don't think I've seen them, I could be mistaken, in any of the practice running officially, but they are here, and they're getting a bit of practice in now, which is all important. And they're running at okay-ish pace. I think they're running a fuel-saving gearbox, like some of these drivers. Yep, it's not going up to the maximum of the revs. That's also for a bit of slipstream. Traction control on as well will be killing a little bit of the time. Is that a yap emoji that you just put there? But look, that's my job as the commentator. While we wait for the others. There's 11 minutes to go here. Volked going into the pits. Getting used to the running on worn tyres. That's how worn you can expect the tyres to get by the end of the stint. Yeah, they didn't take tyres. bit of advice. I can do that, I am also the team manager. Hashtag race fixing, hashtag whatever else. Oh, look at this, Alex and Chica having a duel. And that is a purple lap time there, thanks to the slipstream. Mateus is joining the circuit as well to join this battle. Sparks are being thrown up. Jove the Fire goes into the pits. Well, this is some good entertainment while we wait for things. And go on board with Alex. Here you see it. We've actually got access to this camera again. We didn't in the qualifying for whatever reason. To the inside. A little bit of a lift. There's another car up ahead. That's Tater's. And the OnlyFans Honda. This will be a fun camera to watch during the race. Eight minutes to go. Keep an eye on this. Switch to Mateus. Why not? So, as far as I know, it's Ray and Maro that we're waiting for. Look at this. Fantastic scene. Still a little bit shaky there from Alex. Set another notification there. 3 wide going into turn 3. Mateus goes for the very outside line. Create a slipstream. Bump drafting is also prohibited. So they'll be lifting off a little bit through here just to make sure they're not doing that. There's also a party chat set up. That should be helping these guys out, the more experienced among them. Helping out the rookies. More cars running here. In fact, that's the same group, it was just one of them went to the pits. 38.758, that is extremely fast paced. No doubt again helped out by the slipstream. Also got to leave space on the outside. That's what this is all about. There is also a formation lap procedure which is going to be fun to go through. Oh, got it up on my tablet, so that should be fine. More yapping emojis, I just checked again. Thanks for tuning into the live stream anyway, man. Hope you're enjoying it. 5 minutes. All of this practice in not only running close together, but also learning how to save fuel in a pack. All crucial. 3 wide through turn 3. Turn 2 rather. My brain just decided to die there for whatever reason. Chica with some of the slipstream, trying to take it away from Mateus, and Alex is there in the background as well. Oh, there's a bit of contact, and I think Taylor's may have gone up into the wall there on entry. There's also a battle a bit further along here between Amuda and Matthew. So these two getting in a bit of practice. Oh, just dropped my controller. Apologies for that. Ray's back. Time to reset where they are on the grid. Oh, someone's just left the circuit. That was whoever was watching. Oh, and again, contact. Taylor's seemingly shoved into the outside wall and resets to the pits. Chica 2. Watching Amuda and Matthew battle once again. That's the Motul turn 1 car that Amuda's running there for turn 1. And Taylor's there as well. Matthew in the Skoda sponsored car in white. Fighting as they go through turn 3. Gotta be careful. Looking to go for the outside is Matthew this time around, and it does go 3 wide. Taylor's to the inside, backs out of it, and it is Amuda that comes out ahead of that, as I believe that is Mateus up ahead of them. Yep. Ray's on circuit, so I'm gonna set where they go. Oh, I think someone else may have just joined, did they? No, apparently not. Starting grid. Where was Ray? Behind Volkad, okay. I think that's correct. Of the ones here. Got a decent turnout for this. Again, not everyone. DES commitments and such. Unfortunately keeping Poctavian and Lugi away. But still, a decent turnout. Thanks everyone. Oh, Maro is here now. Okay, I'll go over the formation lap stuff after this. So Maro will be starting at the back. That could be beneficial for them. I have plenty of slipstream there, but also a chance to get caught up in an accident. I'll do starting soon. Wind speed as well, that's something that wasn't a factor in qualifying. Should have done this before showing up. Well, like before race day even, but whatever. Okay, let's set the grid. Okay, yeah, that's right. And we'll go over everyone again, just to be sure. Okay. So it is Joe 90, Mateus, Joe 2 Guy, Chica. Neither of Octavian or Lugia here. Amuda is next, yep. Then Yeast, then Taters, Volked, Ray, Alex. Saber's not here. Matthew's there. And Mauro. Okay. Let me see if I can find this section again. There we go. Where's the / gone? There. I've lost the numbers as well now. It is odds on the left. Evens on the right. Probably hear me clicking away on the controller. Oh, we've actually gone up viewers a bit while I've been typing. Fantastic. We're up to 7 viewers now. I hope you're all enjoying the tapping noises. It's borderline turning into an ASMR channel. Oh, some more notifications. How fun. Okay, that's Mauro doing setup. Everyone's all lined up in the right place. Okay, let me see. we should be getting this underway shortly. Another 5 minutes added, unfortunately, through all this typing, but has to be done. So we've got a 12-car grid. And the only cars not here are Sabre, Lugi, and Octavian, I think. So shame on them. Moodle was the one that said he was getting water. Okay. I think we're gonna get this one underway. Here it goes. Time to get the procedures up again, so reminders. Oh, nice. They're not racing straight away. Everyone's actually got the memo. So just to go through the grid again, it is the Mighty Joe on pole, followed by Mateus, then Joe of the Fire, Chica, Amuda, Yeast GT, Rounded Potato 19, otherwise known as Taters, of course, Volked, Ray Racer, Alex, Matthew, and Mauro at the back of the field. They're forming up. And we're about to get racing underway here for the Blue Moon Bay 200 here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway, just south of San Francisco. As soon as the Mighty Joe crosses the timing line, we are racing! Now the car should be able to take turn 1 flat even in the turbulent air, but they might lift off just for safety. Look at the carnage already as the sparks fly. I think everyone's got through there safely. They're building speed back up again, and Joe is instantly on the attack. He wants to get to the lead. He's looking to the inside. Can't quite get it, but he's just about managed to get to second. We're looking for the outside. No one's using their overtake just yet. It is the Mighty Joe that I think is going to lead the opening lap here of the Blue Moon Bay 200 miles. And he does so. Crosses the line. Look at this. We're 4 wide, nearly 5 wide going into turn 1. This is insanity. There's contact. We've never seen pack racing quite like this. And Joe gets shuffled down to 7th from all of that. Alex has benefited up into 1st. All about not losing the slipstream. The top 3 have got a little bit of a gap. If they can work together, they might be able to break away. Joe is in 4th, who's the leader of this second pack. Alex is going to lead the next lap, it would seem. This is already turning out to be awesome stuff. Trying to get in the slipstream. Alex goes defensive. Mateus to the outside has a bit of a run. The field will start spreading out a little bit more. Mateus, nicely done. Into the lead. Got to watch the wind speed as well and the direction. It's a tailwind going into turn 3, so a little bit of a headwind for turn 1. That might be why we were seeing a bit of optimism at the start. Alex looking to challenge for the lead. Can't quite get it done. Best to time your runs going out of turn 3. And we're going to see what Alex can do here. Looking on board. Mateus leaves the inside open. And I think Alex is going to get this one back. No, he doesn't. He lifts off. And Mateus maintains that position. As into the wall. Oh, there's a massive amount of contact. Someone's gone way down the order. I think that may have been Joe of the Fire. Was it? I think it was. He's gone down, but he is towards... He's still in the slipstream range, I think. Volked, I think, has just about lost the slipstream range. But it is Mateus defending the inside once again. But the clear air is going to be benefiting the cars that have dropped behind a bit going into turn 1. They'll be able to gain on the cars that are having to lift. Mateus continues to hold on. Alex in second. Chica's holding on to third. They've managed to stay towards this top group for pretty much all of it, whereas Mighty Joe's actually found his way back up after he fell down to 7th, I seem to recall. But the big loser towards the start seems to have been Joe of the Fire. Rounding turn 3 once again. Cars approaching the first quarter of their fuel gun. Looking to the inside goes Alex. Can't quite get it done. Mateus continuing to hold on to this lead. Interesting stuff at this stage. Choosing to burn fuel. Alex wearing out their front tyres a bit more. That might be due to them using the motion steering and not being that used to it, just using a bit more steering lock. Also, you perhaps use a bit more in the dirty air compared to the clean air. Interesting, Yeast GT's managed to get up into 4th and is looking to challenge Chica on the outside. Mighty Joe makes it 3 wide for this. And trying to make it 4 wide there is Matthew, who is Yeast's teammate. The Mighty Joe goes up into 3rd place. They overtake Chica. They're trying to get back towards the front of this. Looking a bit further down the order, they see the Gamebridge car of Yeast GT and Matthew. Those two trying to work together. Those, I believe, are both the Skoda teammates. Yes, that is correct. Going across the line. The Mighty Joe has taken the lead. So he's gone back up into that pole position after being shuffled down towards the start. A couple cars have fell off a little bit. I'm going to check in on them when we can. Top 2 are breaking away a smidge. Maybe these towards the back are on a slightly different fuel strategy. Volked currently in 12th. Ray in 11th. They're not too far back. As a random has decided to join the lobby. Front row seat, I guess. Won't be dealing with that. We've got a race to watch and they've left anyway. So the Mighty Joe leads this one. Doing a good job saving the fuel. Mateus holding on to 2nd. There you see Chica and Alex battling for 3rd. 5th place has dropped back a little bit. In fact, nearly out of slipstream range entirely. So it's 9/10. 3 wide they go through turn 3. And Joe of the Fire has found their way back up the order. So they're perhaps trying to give these guys a bit of a hurry up to get back into the slipstream of the cars ahead. I think they will catch here because the cleaner air from dropping back again for turn 1. Yep, there you see. It's pretty much impossible to break away from the Horde. This has been awesome stuff so far. Pretty much the field is back together again. Mighty Joe maintaining the lead, will be burning a bit more fuel compared to some of the others. Chica's managed to save a bit in the pack. Alex is doing a little bit of weaving here, not too much of a fan of that. Hopefully they don't do that one again. May get reported up for that one. So Chica third, Yeast now fourth. Mateus making a move for fourth, going around the outside. We know that they prefer the inside pass, but making one work on the outside going into turn 2. Matthew looking to their inside now of Yeast GT. The two teammates make contact. And across the line. We're just over a tenth of the race gone. Halfway through this particular fuel stint. They're all doing a very good job saving. It'll be a case of how long dare they extend. Mighty Joe. And trying to get this top 3 group to break away again. These 3 showing a good pace. And I'm surprised no one's tried to overtake the Mighty Joe, if I'm being honest. Maybe they are just content saving the fuel in the slipstream. Mighty Joe's tyres not looking that good compared to Mateus. Mateus has been doing really well on the tyre saving. As Matthew to the inside, looking to make that one work. They go up into third? No, not quite. Side by side with Alex. And they do manage to get past. Fifth place Chica at the moment, trying to fend off Yeast. All of this happening in excess of 180 miles an hour. Getting around to the 300 kilometers an hour mark with these guys. They're all just piling in at turn 1, and I think there was a bit of contact there. But they're sticking with it. Four wide for the lead. Unreal stuff. This is insanity. Yeast GT goes up into the lead for the Gainbridge car. Number 70. And in fact it could be a Skoda 1-2. It is momentarily as they come across the line. The two Skoda cars working together. The tyres really going off now, and there's a massive crash. Who was that? I think that may have been Joe 90. He's going to have to get back up to speed and fast. Going to see a replay of this. What exactly happened here to Joe 90? I'm guessing he was squeezed on the outside. Let's see what happened. There's a bit of contact with Matthew. Oh, he may have got hit from behind. But, well, good job to spin that one back around. And he's pitting. He's still got a decent bit of fuel in the car. But without the slipstream, he's decided to try and make a different strategy work. Meanwhile, Yeast and Matthew are still 1-2 for the Skoda team. MEM Skoda Racing. Using Honda engines, of course. There's another one that seems to have lost the pack a little bit. Who's that? It's 10th place, I think. It's Amuda. So Amuda's lost a decent chunk of time. They're going to be trying to work their way back into slipstream range. As oh, there's another car facing backwards. That is Matthew. Matthew loops it around. These moves not paying off for a lot of these guys. Let's see what happened here. Ah, running wide, got stacked up there. There was a car on his outside. they didn't quite clear. So Matthew is the next one to fall from the pack. Their teammate Yeast still leading this one. Oh, there's a fantastic scrap back here. 4 cars jostling for position. This is allowing Amuda to catch back up. Rounding turn 3 once again. Malro, who was at the back of the grid, remember, after joining relatively late. They're up into 7th at the moment. They're battling with one of their TSR teammates outside of this series, Joe of the Fire. Malro looking to go around the outside, trying to get a slingshot, fending off Ray. They're actually teammates with Ray in this for Motorsport Republic X Team Capital. We have a 3rd car, which is Taters, ahead in 5th. There's another pit stop that's just happened. I think that is Volked in the number 77 711 car. Many 7s on that car. They're fueling up. And I think they're going to rejoin just ahead of the pack. They seem to be letting them go by. We do say not to slow down for the blue flags, just to let them figure it out, but that's what they've done. Still relatively new to the league racing side of things, I suppose. Yeast making their way in the lead, and Joe has found their way back up into 2nd. Going into the pit, so we're at the point where some of these guys will be making their pit stops. Lap 21. Now the later you go, the more fuel you'll have for the final stint to be able to burn through your overtake. So perhaps Joe could have gone a little bit longer. Some of these choosing to pit now. So that puts Taters into the lead. Still a decent horde of cars up here. Are they going to pit this time around? It looks like it. Is everyone in? One car stays out. Who's that? Malro has decided to stay out. Malro's got plenty of fuel. They've been saving a lot, but they're running by themselves now. They're probably going to lose a bit of time. Gotta hope that they get back to the slipstream range when possible. Here you see the cars being fueled in the pits. 5 of them at the moment. Taters makes it out the pits first and rejoins. Can they catch up to Chica, or has Chica managed to break away? Joe gets a very good launch actually. Joe manages to make that undercut work and get to that position. Malro does pit now. How much time will they have lost running by themselves? But they, again, this is what I was thinking about, having a lot of fuel towards the end of the race to burn through your overtake. Malro's actually burned through a little bit of it already. That's just to get back into slipstream range. Here comes the pack. Chica not quite breaking the slipstream from Joe. But got very close. Joe reeling them in. And is pretty much on the back of them now. It's top 4 close together once again. So Chica hit a decent bit earlier, I think, even though they short fueled. I know they did pit earlier. Apologies. And it looks like Joe has retaken the lead of this one. Running into turn 1 now. They've all got fresh tyres once again. This could be beneficial. Let's see how everything's stacked up after everyone's completed their pit stop. So it's Joe of the Fire leading from Chica, from Taters. All this is interchangeable at the moment. So it's Alex, then Mateus in 5th. Mighty Joe in 6th, Morrow in 7th, Yeast in 8th, Ray just about holding on to the end of this pack in 9th, Amuda in 10th, Matthew 11th, and Volked has been running towards the back at the moment. Just as soon as you lose the slipstream, it's really difficult to get back. All about holding on. So a quarter of the race has gone. We've seen an overtake for the lead just there. That was Taters making a move. Alex trying to get involved in this as well. Joe manages to retake it as they come across the line. And Alex is looking to the inside of turn 1. And he just about gets it. So the pack is starting to spread out a little bit more, with a few dropping out of slipstream. So we're not seeing the complete craziness of the start. Once we get to the second pit window, it might spread them out a little bit more again. Alex seemingly content running in the slipstream, saving fuel. Chica and Mateus side by side through turn 1. Fantastic stuff. Looks like there was racing room left there on the outside. It's a tricky thing to do. But as we've seen with some of the incidents earlier that we saw spinners from, not leaving that space on the outside can leave you liable to a spin. If you're enjoying the race, again, be sure to leave a like. Consider subscribing for the rest of the season. This is just an exhibition event ahead of the main season, as there's a little bit of smoke and contact further back. Drove the fire in the number 99 Noises Chevrolet. Leads this one. Mateus closing in. Top 2 have a little bit of a gap, but that may change once again. Joe's used a smidge of their overtake, but not much. It's like 4 wide back there again. As soon as I mentioned that we're not seeing the absolute craziness, of course it happens again. So Taters, 2 blue machines, decides to slot back in behind the Mighty Joe. Unofficial drinks partner, of course, Vimto, here in the Nukeshot Media commentary booth. And the sun is starting to go down a bit. That'll make the sparks illuminate even more. So how many are in this top group here? It seems to be the top 10 with a Muda just on the back of this. So Matthew and Volked, I don't see them coming back into this unless something crazy happens. Again, just unfortunate circumstances with losing the slipstream. That all-important slipstream is crucial here. I'm sure they're learning all this experience for when we eventually do another one of these. Joe of the Fire still maintaining that first place. Mateus moves up into second, bagging wheels a little bit with Alex and number 25 and number 55. Rounding turn 2 nicely. Alex perhaps looking for an inside move on turn 3, not quite. Backs out of it. Let's have a monitor on the fuel situation. Oh, someone's actually gone very low. Has someone gone into the pits? Who was that? Oh, Mighty Joe has gone into the pits. That pole sitter. Of course, they pitted early. And so they're off sequence, so they're going to be struggling for managing to keep up with these guys again once the pit cycle comes through, because they're all slipstreaming each other. So that is Joe 90 possibly out of this one. We'll see if they're able to catch back up. Could be something miraculous on strategy. I think it was Mauro that I saw go very close to the apron on the previous lap. I'm just going to put a reminder out there. That message should go through. There it is. Oh, spin! Spin, that's Alex that's gone off. Heavy impact. Heavy impact for Alex. Let's see what happened here, if we can. So they were going into turn 1. Turn 1's been claiming a lot of these guys. There's a car on the inside. Who was that? I think that's Taters. Oh, that was way after. That was a bizarre one. Might have to see a alternate camera angle of that. So they've slowed down there. Taters goes to the inside. And then... oh, that was lag. That did that. Oh, that's extremely unfortunate for Alex. And they're having to burn through the overtake now to try and cash back up to the pack. So they're burning through the fuel. It's going to be tricky to catch up, but not impossible. With the more cars in this pack, the more lifting there will be for turn 1. Whereas Alex and Clear Air will be able to still take it flat out. Joe still holding on to the lead. Seems very happy there. Mateus has saved a decent bit more fuel at this point. Chica doing well. Taylor's also managing to save a lot of fuel. That 6th gear seemingly doing a good job at that. They've also burned through a decent bit of overtake though. That might hurt them towards the end of this. The field continues to spread out, but the top runners still there. It's the top 8 now, I think. Yep, top 8 are all still together. Although Amuda has... they're trying to use the overtake to get back into slipstream. They're doing their best. They're trying it. Alex, meanwhile, is 3.6 seconds back from Amuda. So... and they've used just over half of their overtake, so that's going to be tricky for them to get back there, but we'll see how that goes. Joe, seemingly, again, everything's seemingly apparently, that's the word of the day. But still leads. Mateus closing in. Mateus is saving an awful lot of fuel. Mauro looking to the outside of turn 3. Can't quite find that one. Goes to the inside, down the straight. Won't have the slipstream of the car ahead, decides to tuck back in. Amuda has managed to catch up to the pack again. And Alex isn't too far behind either. Oh, spin back there. I think that was Amuda. In trying to catch back up. They may have hit the wall, is what happened there. Let's see if we can catch this one again. It was by themselves. Oh yeah, they hit the wall. That's what happened there. Hit the wall, lost a lot of time. Thankfully mechanical damage is off for this. Someone is bailing for the pits. That is Joe of the Fire. Joe of the Fire making it to lap 40. Okay. So that is 1 lap less on this stint. That's a 19 lap stint. They were running at the front for quite a lot of it. Interesting, some of these guys choosing to pit with Joe, so they have a slipstream partner. Taylor's making their way out the pits. They managed to jump Joe, actually. From having more fuel on board, and they've got Volkhead as a little bit of a slipstream buffer. Ray goes into the pits this time, as does Chica. In fact, both of these are completely out of fuel, so they may have ran out on the in-lap. New tyres and fueling up. Alex very low on overtake now, but managing to catch up towards Yeast. Yeast closing in on Mauro. I think Mauro has made an overtake on Yeast recently. Alex bails for the pits. No fuel there remaining. Burned through a lot of it with the overtake. Oh, everyone's hitting the wall. That was bizarre. Mateus finds himself in the lead. No slipstream partner. Oh, actually, there's a lap car they could be getting slipstream from. The lap cars are still going to play their part in this. Mateus choosing to stay out. Mauro pits, as does Yeast. Mauro with significantly more fuel. And Taters has been overtaken by Joe. Happy to run in slipstream once again. Oh, Mauro's fuel going up is even lagging. I've not seen that before. Here comes Joe. Will take the lead of this particular pack. And Mateus finally goes into the pits. They managed to stretch to lap 44 this time around. And they've not used any overtake yet. This could be the play from Mateus. That's a very impressive stint. But will they be able to get onto the tail of this group? I think so, they should be able to. Mateus exits the pits. Now, won't be anywhere near the lead, but they are going to be in that pack. And we'll have the freshest tyres of everyone, of course. Some more onion bargees back here. With the bumping. Alex in 9th at the moment, the traditional Nukeshot place, of course. Trying to get past Yeast GT, looking for the outside line, can't quite get that one to stick. The outside of turn 3 is a very difficult place to make a pass, you need a lot of slipstream. And Alex lifts off on this occasion. So Mateus, after all that, is in 5th. I think that is everyone back on the same pit sequence again. So we'll go through the current order as it stands. It is Joe of the Fire, that is the leader, followed by Taters, Chica, and Mauro. Mateus rounds out the top 5. The mighty Joe using a bit of overtake at the moment to catch back up. And that's actually set the fastest lap of the race there at 38.317. They've caught back up to this pack. Of course, Joe is off sequence. Amuda in 7th, followed by Yeast in 8th, who's a little bit further back. 9th place is Ray. 10th is Alex. Has Alex dropped back a bit from there? Oh no, they were around 9th. So they've just been overtaken. Matthew in 11th, and Volked, who I think is a lap down after waiting for the blue flags the first time around. Mateus back up into second. Mateus, I think, has been the strongest on the fuel saving management through all of this. They've been impressive in the practice sessions as well, even in qualifying, managing to get into the Fast 6. This could be another oval racing wing chalked up for Brazil. We've still got half of the race left to find that out. So the top 7 are all together. Then there's a pack of 3 for 8th, 9th and 10th. And 11th and 12th are running by themselves. Who would be a good car to go for an onboard lap with? I think the Mighty Joe might be a good candidate for this. We're going to go on board here with Joe 90 in car number 90, I believe. Yep. This is the 3-drap Honda of BNR Racing. Here's a lap. Trying to use the slipstream. 5th gear. Bit of overtake, shifting up to 6th. He's saving the fuel. He's going to be in this time, I think, looking at that fuel. He's managed to save a lot of the overtake there, but still able to stick with the pack. And he does bail this time around. So we're switching to Amuda in the Motul sponsored Honda prepared by turn 1. Makes an overtake there on Mauro on the inside, but oh, just clips the wall. Ah, perhaps a bit camera shy. It's going to drop him back a little bit. Still in slipstream though, that's the important thing. Joe of the Fire, still the race leader. He's going to have led the most laps, I think, by the end of this. Whether he'll come on with the win, not too sure. There's a lot of competitive cars in this bunch, and they're saving fuel a lot better than him, Mateus especially. And Mateus has actually been saving the tyres especially well as well. Or 2 rather. Even on the first stint. Chica looking for the inside on Mauro, can't quite find it. Switches to the outside for turn 3. Again, that's mainly just to set you up for a run in slipstream on the exit. But actually no, Mauro's slowing down here. Is there a problem? He may have touched the outside wall or something on that occasion, because he seemed to lose a lot of speed. Unless he wants to run in more slipstream. Yeast has managed to get up the order to 6th. Muda in 7th, and I think that's Ray Racer in 8th, so Ray has found their way back towards the pack and overtakes Amuda. The sparks continuing to fly. Oh, someone's nearly gone off. I think that's Mauro. Oh, that was very scary. I think the lag made that a little bit worse than it actually was. All piling into turn 1 again. It's starting to get a bit more hectic here. So I adjust my seating position in the chair. If you're enjoying all this action, again, be sure to leave a like. Consider subscribing for the full season of this. That's all going to be broadcasted live on Nukeshot Media. Joe is interestingly only hitting 180 on the straights here by themselves. I suppose the headwind will be contributing to that. He's also running very low, saving fuel. At low revs, that is. And again, the top two occasionally find this ability to break away. Oh, a bit more challenging. Yeast goes to third, Potatoes to fourth. And Chica looking to make a move as well. Sun continues to go down here at Blue Moon Base Speedway. As we have a new leader, Yeast GT has managed to get up into the lead through all of that. We're going to see if that was at turn 1. Well, it was actually before then. So Joe perhaps letting them go by, trying to save the fuel. It's like a cycling race this, all trying to save the energy for the final sprint, all running together. And it's Yeast that's out front. Look at that, half of the fuel still there for Mateus. Extremely impressive. He's able to lift a little bit on the straights as well. That KFC Chevrolet is absolutely smoking at the moment. Someone's just coming out the pit. Who's that? I think that's Volked. Yep. Volked exiting the pits. At least a lap down. Alex and Matthew also into the pits. That's 9th and 10th. Alex with significantly more fuel. So perhaps trying to find a gap for a slipstream partner. They're not going to find one, it seems. So that may have been a bit of a bad call. Because it is early. If you're pitting every 20 laps, that is early. Yeast GT continues to lead in the Gamebridge sponsored Honda from MEM Skoda Racing. Skoda, of course, recent addition to Gran Turismo as a brand. He's defending that inside line.com. As, oh, looking around the outside, that was Mauro there. Trying to go for the big Audacious. Didn't quite pay off for him in that Celsius sponsored car. Top 8, all still together. Amuda's going to be pitting soon. I think a lot of these guys are going to be pitting relatively soon. They're coming towards the end of that stint. Lap 60 about to be completed. Mateus is indeed constantly in the top 3. And he's saving a lot of fuel, as mentioned. I'm just reading the chat there from Myth. Myth, of course, team manager of North Star Racing, the team in which Mateus is racing for. Unfortunately, had a couple of his drivers had to withdraw, but for Mateus, it's going extremely well. Myth will be very proud of this. Joe also in the mix. And I've been impressed with the Skoda car of Yeast. Always seems to be towards the front end of the pack as well. Hasn't really dropped out of it. But will they be burning too much fuel leading this one? They're continuing to stretch at this stage. They can pit at any point, these guys. It's all about just having someone else follow you in. And when it's beneficial. The issue Mateus has is he's saved so much fuel that he's going to continue to be out for longer and longer each stint compared to everyone else. So that's longer and longer without a slipstream partner. Several cars bail for the pits. Joe, Taters and Ray. Joe completely out of fuel. Let's judge that well. Into the pits comes the 99 Noises Chevrolet. New tyres, of course. And fueling all the way up. Seems that Taters may have done a little bit of a better job with the fuel save that stint. Ray as well. Exiting the pits. And there's the Mighty Joe. So the Mighty Joe has managed to get back into the fray. That's been impressive from him, considering the he was off strategy and hadn't had a slipstream partner. So Mateus stays out. The other three in this pack have gone into the pits, so that's Yeast, Chica and Maro, all fueling up. How many more laps does Mateus risk staying out for? My arms just turned into bubble wrap there, that wasn't good. Out they go. And the Mighty Joe is going to lead this pack. There's a lot of cars all together once again. And you see Ray and Amuda, 8th and 9th. Still in this. Alex a little bit off strategy in 10th. Who's out of overtake. So that's going to be really difficult to catch up to the rest of the pack. Matthew in 11th, 3.8 seconds back from Alex. If he's got good solo running pace, he might be able to catch up to the back of Alex. And of course the Volkhead, not too far behind Matthew actually, but is a lap down. There is our race leader. Does go into the pits with 10 left. 10 leaders, so he could have definitely done at least one more lap, maybe even two. But doesn't want to lose the slipstream. I know it's a bit like a broken record here, but that's the main crucial element of this race. It's not losing the slipstream, going as long as you can on fuel. Here comes Yeast GT. And it looks like Mateus is going to go back into the lead of this. Yeast is going to get a good run. Here we go on board with Yeast GT. Do they try and go for the overtake? Mateus is trying to get them to go for the overtake. They're holding the outside line, but Yeast backs out of it. Old Taters has disconnected, it seems. That is extremely unfortunate there for Taters. I'm sure we'll hear from him on the Discord server. Oh, they're all stacking up a little bit. Joe trying to get involved in this as well. Mateus dropped to 3rd. The Mighty Joe is the new leader. And then there were, what, about 6, I think, in this top group now? Yep. We're slowly whittling them down. Then again, they keep bunching back up again. Who's doing the best for overtake? The Mighty Joe leads, but will be pitting soon anyway for more fuel. Chica's doing okay for overtake. Mateus is doing very well for overtake. Yeast GT used a decent chunk of it. Joe of the Fire's doing very well for overtake as well. And Maro's used a decent chunk. Check in on the rest of the field then. So Ray is in 7th with Amuda very close behind. We know Amuda is an oval racing expert, has competed in other Blue Moon Bay IndyCar style events in other series, but here hasn't quite had the ability to get towards the front. Has the number 54, I think it's normally, yep, 54, the Motul Honda. But they're able to stick with Ray, but they're losing time here. They've set the gearbox up so they've got a bit of overlap on the slipstream, but it's not quite in the rev range to be able to catch up to Ray. The Mighty Joe goes into the pits. We knew they were having to go for fuel. I think it's this stop and one more for the Mighty Joe, whereas it's just one more for everyone else. Except maybe some of them a bit further back. Joe going down to 10th from all of this, so Matthew's ahead of them, as is Alex. It's a 1.7 second gap. Back to the battle for the lead. Then there were 5. I'm going to see if we can find out what happened to Taters there. Oh, his power went out, apparently. So that's a power unit failure of the residence kind. That's unfortunate to see. But he says he was having so much fun. Maybe he'll join us in the live chat for the rest of this, we'll see. Yeast currently leads, followed by Mateus once again. Mateus will have lost a bit of their fuel advantage by pitting earlier than they needed to. They're still a bit better off than everyone else though. And Joe making a move for 3rd place, staying in the game. We're approaching the 3/4 distance marker. It will continue to get darker and darker at the circuit. The sun is going down. That's why the sparks are looking a bit brighter and the screen is looking a bit more orangey red in colour. Again, if you're enjoying the live stream, be sure to leave a like. Consider subscribing for the full season of the Capital X NES IndyCar series. It's going to be running throughout summer. It's going to be a fantastic time. And we're still accepting sign-ups, I should say, for the main season. Check out the link in the description, the top link, the one for the actual IndyCar series Discord server, and you'll be able to find all the information needed there to sign up with teammates and such, get friends involved. We might even be able to run a second split if we have enough. So be able to check that out. To turn 1 once again. This 70 car has been doing well. Yeast GT, bit of a sleeper pick perhaps. And we have gone up from 4 viewers to 5, so I suspect that's Taters. Car's rounding turn 3 nicely. How are they all doing for fuel? Mateus doing really well. Joe and Chica are about the same, but Joe's tyres are slightly better. His top 4 is starting to break away a little bit. Mauro may be hanging back, but can't drop back too much. Now the pack has thinned out a bit, they're going to be not as affected by the turbulent air. There'll be less cars lifting off in the pack, so you can't afford to drop back too much. Sticking with it for now. Checking on some of the others. Ray finds their way up into 6th as it stands. They're looking on track for a pit stop around the lap 80 mark. So it could be a top 6 for Ray. They've managed to keep Amuda at bay for all of this, which is impressive considering Amuda's track record. Again, very impressive oval racer for turn 1. The Mighty Joe battling out here. There seems to be a bit of a battle going on for 8th, 9th and 10th. Are these all together? Yes. 8th, 9th and 10th all together on circuit, and it's all for position. So while they're not battling for the lead, in the lead pack, there is a second pack here. Matthews dropped back. Have they run out of fuel? No. They make a mistake or something. What happened there? Matthew was definitely in this group. .172 miles an hour? Something's definitely wrong there. They may have miscalculated something. They're running a lot slower than before. The throttle input seems to be the same. They're relatively low on the rev range, but it shouldn't be going that slow. Something's happened. I think Matthew might be having some kind of mechanical issue with that Honda power plant. That, or they're trying to stretch to lap 80. That might be what they're doing. That way they can get home. Although I suppose you need to be going to lap 81, because one of those laps was the formation lap, of course. Mauro holding on to this top 5 group. This is going to be where the winner comes from in all of this, I'm pretty certain. Yeast continues to lead. We'll be burning a lot of fuel, but will be able to get to the mark needed to get home with just one more stop with relative ease. This final stint, by the way, expect absolute fireworks. Not only because the track's getting darker and darker as the sun goes down with the sparks, but also because that's where the overtake gets absolutely unleashed with those that have the fuel to use it. We could be seeing some breaking away from the pack. Yeast GT drops down to 3rd now as Joe of the Fire is the new race leader. Seems to have saved a bit of fuel himself. Mateus still doing the best for fuel. Yeast will be the first in this group to have to pit. Mauro's actually doing pretty good for fuel as well, to be fair. I think I know why Joe has decided to go to the head of this pack here. It's because they've seen Matthew up ahead. A lap car that could be used as a little bit of an extra slipstream partner. They see Matthew not lifting off, but getting out of the way. That is smart driving there by Matthew. Not compromising their own race, but letting the faster cars not be hindered. Joe and Matthew. I reckon it come down to those two. Those two have been the strongest throughout this, I think, Joe and Mateus. I think I may have said Matthew before, but Matthew's of course a lap down. Yep, Joe and Mateus. But again, any of these top 5, you just don't know. These guys are definitely into the range where they can pit, but they won't want to. They want to maximise the amount of overtake they can use in this final stint. Go as long as you can. The wind speed's dropped a little bit. Ray's going into the pits. They were just off the back of this pack by about 4 seconds or so. They're going to drop into the clutches of the mighty Joe, who still needs to pit himself. Joe and Mateus. Tense stuff. We're going to have a look through the whole order, I think, again. This might be the last chance that we get to do so. Actually, yeah, we'll do that now, just before they do the pit stop. So it is Joe from Mateus, Yeast in 3rd, Chica 4th, Mauro 5th. The mighty Joe moves up to 6th, but we believe they need another pit stop. Ray is the first of the cars that should be able to get to the end. They're in 7th at the moment, as the mighty Joe does go into the pits. Okay, we'll see where they come out. So Amuda actually has managed to catch up to Ray, and It's making the overtake, but Amuda's light bar on the roll hoop is red, so that means they've used a lot of the overtake. And indeed, there it is. Joe goes into the pits, Yeast goes into the pits. The Mighty Joe. It doesn't help that there's two Joes, but I'm trying to distinguish between them. Oh, the sky's going pink, that's fantastic. So the Mighty Joe currently in 8th after that stop. Ray Racer 7th, so Mighty Joe 8th. 9th place is Alex, should be able to go to the end from here. Matthew is in 10th, and Volked is in 11th. They've had a lot of difficulty after dropping out of Slipstream, of course. Chica goes into the pits. We'll be fueling up. So there's only 2 from the top 5 group that have chosen to stay out. Mateus and Mauro. These 2 are the ones that have saved the most fuel in this stint. Mateus has saved a little bit more and is using the overtake to get back into Mateus' slipstream. Does Mateus stay out? They do. They're actually maximising their extra fuel saving this time around. And Mauro having to burn through their overtake, that's not going to stand them well in the final stint if they have to go on full attack mode. I bet Myth is really enjoying this. Mateus is putting himself in a very good position from what I can tell. I think they might pit this time around. There's 14 laps to go. No, Mateus does still stay out. Mauro does pit. Now, will Mateus be able to get back onto the slipstream train? That's the bet he's trying to play here. To be fair, that slipstream train has been thinned out considerably since the start of the race, so it's not going to be moving as fast. Chica staying behind for now, still saving fuel. And there is Mauro. Mauro rejoins at turn 1. So these 3 are back in the pack. Yeast has dropped back from this pack just a little bit. They're going to try and get back there. Mateus into the pits. Fresh tyres will fuel up all the way. Or will they? Will they fuel up a bit less? Concerned that they will not catch up to the pack again. We'll see. The pack has gone by. There's Joe. And Mateus. It's a little bit of a gap to make up, but they're on the overtake. They've got the fuel to burn, but they're burning it early now. 3.1 seconds to catch Mauro. Realistically, that's about 2.3 to get into slipstream range. These guys will be holding themselves up a bit more now they're back together. Especially if they're going 3 wide like this towards the end. Seems like the Celsius car of Mauro backs out of that one. There you see Mateus just in the background, trying to make up the time. Yeast is in second, burning through the overtake. Chica in third. They've also got a bit of overtake in pocket, but they're using the fuel more anyway. Mauro there or thereabouts. Joe has got a decent bit of fuel. I think Joe is trying to make a break for it here. Joe is trying to make a break for it, using the overtake, and has actually gone off it going into the corner. That's wise. He'll be back on it, I think, on exit, is he? Yep, just about. Where's Mateus? 1.3, 1.2. Mateus is going to be in slipstream range once again relatively soon. Has Joe gone a bit too early? He may have done, because Yeast has caught back up again. So Joe could have gone a little bit early there. Has burned up some of their overtake, some of their fuel. Into turn 1 once again. Mateus will also have the fresher tyres. Mateus is there. Mateus is here. They're in 5th place. They're on the back of these guys. Now it's all about timing that slipstream. Purple through sector 1 has set the fastest lap of the race, a 38.167. It's a battle between 5 gladiators. It has been throughout this day. Only one can come out of this victorious. It is Yeast GT that crosses the line. Now, this will also be the point where you're trying to time your runs to work out at the end of the race the kind of distance you need to get a slipstream run to overtake at the line. Who's looking in the best shape? We know Mateus is looking good. Yeast seemingly could be in the mix. They've got more... actually no, they've got less overtake than Joe. So Yeast could be struggling towards the end of this. The pace is going to ramp up. Mauro I think is going to be struggling with that lower overtake remaining. Mateus is up to 4th. Chica also going to be a bit fuel limited, I think. We'll go through the rest of the order while we can. This will probably be the last time we check that throughout this. So Amuda's in 6th, Ray's in 7th, but those two are extremely close together. And Ray has a decent bit more overtake and is using it. Maybe a bit early, but we'll see. Mighty Joe is in 8th. We'll be going to the end from here. Alex is in 9th. 10th place is Matthew, and Volked is 11th. And of course, Taters was unfortunately a DNF, but we are 4 wide going into turn 1. One of them backs out, that's Joe. Here we go then, it's crunch time. Yeast leads from Mauro, from Mateus. Joe hanging back in 4th at this stage. How much dare you push? Joe couldn't quite manage to make that break earlier work. Will he try it again? I have my doubts. It will come down to the last lap, all trying to time that run. Could be very aggressive. All of those light bars green for these cars on the roll hoop, so they've all got plenty of overtake left. All about where they want to use it. Mateus is up to 2nd, Joe back to the lead. And Mateus is on the overtake. He's looking for it. Is he going to get it? He is. Mateus back to the lead of the race. And Joe understeers, hits the outside wall. This could be Mateus' chance to break away if he can. He doesn't try breaking the slipstream by moving side to side a little bit. He was outside of the range where that would be illegal, so that would have been fine, but he's trying his best to break away. Joe able to reel him back in on the overtake again. 4 laps to go here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway for the Blue Moon Bay 200, brought to you by Nukeshot Media. Again, if you're enjoying this, be sure to leave a like, consider subscribing for the rest of the season. This is just an appetizer, and what an appetizer it's been. Joe looking to go around the outside of turn 2. There's traffic up ahead. Who's that? I think that's Alex. Alex could play a part in this. If one of them is able to get a bit of a slipstream from Alex, it could time a run. Look at this, we're going 3 wide, are we? No, not quite. Alex backs out of that. Joe back to the lead. Through turn 1 they go. on the slipstream once again. Mateus slots in. Chica's still in the mix here. I think any of these four could. Mateus is the... Mauro is the first to have their light bar go red. So Mauro might be the least likely of these. Yeast has also gone red on their overtake bar. Across the line, 2 laps to go here at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Mateus retakes the lead. Looking around the outside goes Mauro. I think they may have hit the wall there. No, they managed to make an overtake work there on Joe. Joe is falling back. Joe lost a lot of time going through that corner. We're going to see if we can quickly find out what happened here to Joe. Oh, they hit the outside wall. Joe, a costly mistake. We never see this from Joe. 1 lap to go. Joe is still in this. Mauro's actually in second. But across the line. 1 lap to go. 3 wide going into turn 1 nearly. Mateus. Oh, Mateus on the outside. I think they could have lost out there. Mauro finds their way to the lead. Mauro. Do they have enough overtake to make this last? Chica's in second. These two I thought were possibly out of it, but they're still here. Chica to the inside. It is Chica that's the leader. It's going to be close. They're coming to the line. This final straight. Is there going to be enough of a run from Mauro? I don't think there is. It is Chica TC who wins the Blue Moon Bay 200. Unbelievable scenes. What a race. What awesome action we have seen here today. Chica TC, take a bow. That was fantastically well timed. No one could get a run off of turn 3 to challenge. That was really, really well done. Car number 88 is going to victory lane. That is the Upshift Racing Chevrolet Lenovo sponsorship. There he is. 3 positions up. Of course, he was in the Fast 6. We knew he was going to be extremely competitive. But taking the win here today, that is no easy feat. And that was very experienced driving by the end of that one. We're going to save that replay. That was absolutely awesome. Here are your final standings then. Chica TC taking the win, just over a 10th ahead of Mauro, who, considering he started at the back of the grid, that was a fantastic effort by Mauro. The best Honda car as well, followed by 2 more Chevrolets, of course rebadged Toyotas, but Chevrolets. Joe taking 3rd in the end. Mateus, who I thought was looking so strong, ends up 4th. Oh, he'll be disappointed with that. But still, that could have gone anyone's way. Yeast having to settle for 5th in the end. The top 5 all within 0.6 of a second. Awesome stuff. Ray, best of those that sort of missed out on that final slipstream group. Everyone seemed to fall away towards the end. But they do take 6th place. Best of the rest then. Amuda in 7th place. Mighty Joe was 8th. 9th place was Alex, who was a lap down. Matthew... wait, hold on, sorry. It was... the Mighty Joe was 8th. Alex was 9th. Matthew was 10th. Volked 11th. A couple laps down. Lost slipstream early. And Taters, unfortunately, with a power failure. DNF. Oh, that was a fantastic race. I was just checking to see if there was any donuts going off. I'm going to put the question forward. We'll see if he leaves the pits. But that was awesome stuff. Here we go. Upshift Racing. A single car effort in all this. Managed to beat out some of the bigger teams. Car number 88. Of course, the lights seem to have gone out here. We had a power failure at the circuit, but Chica TC, winner of the Blue Moon Bay 200. We hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Again, be sure to check out the link in the description to the Discord server, where you can sign up for the full season of the Capital X NES IndyCar series. Still accepting entries. If you've enjoyed the live stream, be sure to leave a like. Consider subscribing to watch the rest of the season live here on Nukeshot Media. From all of us here in the Nukeshot Broadcast Centre, I've been Zokyo, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye, folks.